Dinner had a pattern in that house, plates placed before anyone sat. My father pouring drinks before asking who wanted one. My sister arriving last, always, as if timing itself adjusted around her. I used to arrive early. Help set things up. It made me feel included. Necessary, maybe. That stopped meaning anything a while ago. I still came, but I stopped arriving early. That night, nothing looked different. Same table. Same arrangement. My mother watching everything without appearing to. Conversation moved the way it always did. Circling my sister's work, her plans. Her small inconveniences treated like events. I listened. Nodded when it was expected. I wasn't waiting for anything. Not anymore. The comment came the way those things always do, casual enough to pass as humor. My father lifted his glass slightly, smiling in that thin, practiced way. Some kids make you proud, he said. Others just take up space. There was a pause, but not the kind that invites correction. The kind that assumes agreement. My sister let out a small laugh. Not loud. Just enough to place herself on the right side of the sentence. No one looked at me immediately. That was part of it too. I felt the moment land, but it didn't hit the way it used to. There was no rush of heat, no immediate need to respond. Just a quiet recognition. So this is still how it works. I noticed small things instead. The way my mother didn't interrupt. The way my father took a sip as if he'd said nothing of consequence. The way my sister's shoulders relaxed like something had been confirmed. For a long time, I would have tried to correct it. Lightly. Carefully. Something that didn't sound like confrontation but still asked to be seen. I didn't feel that pull anymore. I set my glass down. It made a soft sound. Enough to shift attention, but not demand it. I guess that's fair, I said. My voice sounded neutral, even to me. 3 faces turned toward me. Not concerned. Curious. I didn't look at any of them directly at first. I watched the table instead. The small marks in the wood I had noticed years ago and never mentioned. Good thing I've got my own place. I added, almost as an afterthought. 20 miles away. My sister frowned slightly. Not understanding yet, I lifted my eyes meeting my father's. From now on, I said, the rent, the utilities, the insurance are all your problem. The words sat there, not heavy, just unexpected. My father blinked once, slow. What are you talking about? He asked, not angry, not yet. Just confused. I didn't rush to explain. For years, I had handled things quietly. Transfers made without discussion. Bills adjusted, covered, smoothed over before they became issues. It wasn't generosity, not exactly, it was habit. A way of staying connected without asking for anything in return. No one had ever acknowledged it. I think part of me preferred it that way. It made the imbalance easier to ignore. Until it didn't. I've been covering more than you think, I said. My mother shifted slightly in her seat. Not denying. Not agreeing. Just aware. My sister looked between us, her expression tightening. That's not. She started, then stopped. Because she didn't know enough to finish the sentence, my father leaned back. What exactly are you saying? He asked. This time there was an edge. Not anger directed at me, but at the situation slipping out of something he understood. I'm saying, I replied, that I won't be doing it anymore. Silence followed, different from before, not agreement. Not dismissal, calculation. I could see it in the way my father's posture changed. In the way my mother's gaze dropped briefly, then returned. In the way my sister's confidence narrowed into something less certain. They were placing pieces. Trying to understand what had been invisible until now. You never said anything. My mother said finally. It wasn't an accusation. It sounded closer to realization. I nodded once. I know. That was part of it. I hadn't said anything. I hadn't asked for recognition. I had made it easy for them to believe nothing was being given. And easy things are rarely valued. My sister crossed her arms. So you're just what? Leaving? She asked. The word carried more weight for her than for me. I already did. I said, that seemed to land more than anything else. Because it was true. The apartment had been mine for months. The distance already established. This wasn't a decision I was making at the table. It was one I was explaining. My father looked at me for a long moment. I couldn't read it fully. Not anger, not disappointment. Something closer to reassessment. I stood up. No one told me to sit back down. No one tried to stop me. My chair made a soft sound as I pushed it in. The same sound it always made. Familiar, unchanged. I picked up my bag. For a second, I thought about saying something else. Offering detail, softening it. I didn't. There wasn't anything left to clarify. At the door, I paused, not because I expected anyone to follow, but because the habit of waiting was still there. No one spoke. I opened it and stepped outside. The air felt cooler than I expected. Or maybe it just wasn't carrying the same weight. I stood there for a moment, listening to nothing in particular. No raised voices from inside. No sudden realization spilling out after me. Just quiet, different from before. Not imposed, chosen. I got into my car and drove the 20 miles back. Not quickly, not slowly, just directly. For the first time, the distance felt accurate.